What up, everybody, and welcome back to more Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright. Last we left off, we were heading our way to see the Great Witch Bezella, or as we believe is the Great Witch Bezella right now, because we have many questions for her. And we also keep running into hooded, creepy, mentor, creature-looking things. Yes. And for the most part, they're leaving us alone because the witch has told us, but you never know. They're shady people. Anyway. We are now entering to the mansion, I believe, because I don't think there was a puzzle out here. I know I got all the hint coins, but don't think there was actually a puzzle out here. Yes, I would like to enter if you'll let me, game. There are 3 hint coins here.
Mistress! Please answer something, anything. If something were to happen to you,
Whoa! Everyone's really freaked out. Hey, maybe I should pretend to be Bezella. I could be all like, silence, minions! Indeed. I wonder what could have happened here. And Layton completely ignores her suggestion. Maybe she turned her visitor into a gold statue. Hopefully this one doesn't lose an arm. Really, Maya? Alright, so let's first find some hint coins. 1. 2. 3. Yay, all done. Alright, so let's talk to... Wow, these guys are kind of ominous just in a crowd over here.
Oh, mistress, please answer. What could have happened?
Excuse me, but could you perhaps tell us what is going on here?
We heard a loud noise from the mistress' room just a moment ago. We called out to her, but there was no answer. There was nothing. No answer at all. This isn't like her.
A loud noise, huh? Maybe that was the sound of the Great Witch being attacked. Way to be subtle, Maya.
No, to harm one as beautiful as her. What barbarian would do such a thing? But if she was attacked, then that means the attacker is still... Just thinking about it is making me shake in my robe.
Alright, guys, first things first. We've got to get this door open.
You're welcome to try, but we have already exhausted our options. You see, only the mistress has the key to this door. However, if something has happened, we had better hurry. Oh, terrifying! I mean, please help us! But how utterly terrifying!
Sometimes when you get those kind of dialogues, I kind of wonder if they just didn't have any idea where else to put in that little part. Just like, I'm gonna repeat this. Alright, this one. Let's talk to this person.
My task is quite an important one.
That's a ridiculously huge pot. I wonder what they're cooking in there.
You, stop! Do not interfere with my task!
Ah! I'm sorry, I won't. There appear to be 2 pots, each with a different substance being cooked. Whoa, check that out, Professor! The color changed! How'd they do that? While I agree the change in color is rather peculiar, I'm more interested in its smell. I have a strange feeling I've smelled this very same odor somewhere before. Yeah, now that you mention it, it does seem kind of familiar, doesn't it? Foreshadowing? Plot device? Red
flour, mixed in, stir. Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour. What? I'm out! No more stirring, no more mixing!
Are those not red flowers in that basket over there?
Red flowers? Yes! I am restocked! Back to mixing, back to stirring!
This flower blooms just off the shore of the lake, does it not? It would seem your task is to mix these red flowers into the pot, is that right?
Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour, mix in, stir.
I think the answer is yes. Boy, he's seriously concentrating so hard he can't even afford to have a conversation. Wonderful weather today, wouldn't you say?
Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour, mix in, stir.
You notice that they all are wearing, like, gas masks, right? Ever the social butterfly, Miss Faye. Alright, let's talk. Oh, it's a puzzle!
Mix equal measures of blue and red. I can't do it!
This shade's task is proving to be quite challenging for her. Oh, for once I actually have the voice right. Isn't her task to mix the red and blue liquids together?
Yes, they must be combined in equal measures, but no matter how many times I try, I cannot get it. Please, can you help me?
Huh? You want us to help? I must admit, I am quite fascinated by the mixing process at work here. Very well, let us give her a helping hand. Puzzle! Oh, these puzzles. I remember these in the other Layton games. Fill the 8-liter Sorry, the British spelling threw me off. Fill the 8-liter container with the shade's top secret green glowing potion. It takes equal measures of blue and red together to make the secret potion. Any other ratio will create an explosive black potion. Touch a container to fill it. Be careful not to overfill. Alright, that's simple enough. So basically, it's just a lot of pouring liquids in other cups and just... This is really hard to explain, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just do it. Alright. I think this goes over here. Whoop. Okay. No! I don't know why. I don't know. For some reason, I thought I should go that way, but I guess that was not the right way.
You should expect no less from a gentleman.
One extra step too far. But all done!
You did it! You actually did it!
I knew you could do it, Professor. Our shade friend here looks pretty pleased. This liquid is a most mysterious glow. I wonder what type of dye they used. And yet, this scent, it smells oddly familiar. Perhaps I smelled it when arriving in this town. No, I believe I smelled this scent before that even. Oh. Are you guys starting to connect the dots?
Mistress!
Whoa! What's wrong? There's quite a bit of commotion coming from the entrance to that room. I believe something may have happened. Quickly, Miss Faye. Right! Okay, we gotta touch in the middle of people again because they're blocking our way! Excuse me? Whoa! Ah!
What gives? Could you please not scare me like that?
Apologies. There seem to be a great many of you gathered here. Has something happened inside?
Something did happen. Oh, I can't even think about it. It's just so horrible.
So what is this horrible thing that happened?
The mistress, the great witch, she's...
I'm hitting my mic.
She's gone!
What? Well, she's a witch. She could just make herself disappear. Gone? I mean, no, seriously, she's a great witch. She could probably make herself disappear. Maybe she just took a nap from you guys. Oh! Damn!
Oh, mistress! I knew something was destined to happen. I felt a premonition most disturbing. How did this happen? I saw no one enter or leave this room. The entrance to the room was sealed shut. Where could she have gone?
That is a really tall shade. Alright. Holy crap, I hope that's not blood. Okay, first hit coin. So, 1 hit coin. Come on. Oh my god, this is like in a weird spot. I can't even hit it. There we go. 2. 3. Alright, now... we talk to this shade here. You have a puzzle, good sir. That's... Whoa! No kidding, Professor! It would seem the shades made quite the mess searching for the Great Witch. Let us inquire with everyone in the room to get a better understanding of the situation at hand. Right! How about we start with that shade over there? A good suggestion, Miss Faye. Excuse me, do you think we could ask you a couple questions?
Sure, what is it? It's not like I'm busy or anything.
Could you perhaps describe to us what you saw when you entered the room?
Yes, we all heard what sounded like a fight happening on the other side of the door. No matter how many times we called out to the mistress, there was no reply. We thought something might have happened to the mistress, so we forced the door open. But when we got inside, she was nowhere to be found.
You say she was nowhere to be found? And was the door closed the whole time?
Yes, it was most certainly closed, but somehow the mistress managed to disappear.
Well, obviously there's a secret doorway somewhere. So let me get this straight. She disappeared from a sealed room, and then the room was found in a big mess. Professor, you know what this means? This means magic must be behind it. This is quite the peculiar situation. The Great Witch mentioned having to meet with a visitor. Do you happen to know if that person was in this room? A visitor?
I faintly remember a visitor. I do remember hearing another voice. To be honest, I didn't actually see them.
And there were no other exits present in this room, is that correct?
Correct. This main door is the only one.
Okay, so the Great Witch and her visitor both disappeared from the room. And even with all these shades around, no one saw a single person enter or leave the room. Or perhaps, Miss Faye, this visitor simply managed to stay incognito during the ensuing commotion. That is one possibility. Huh? What do you mean, Professor? No one had seen the visitor prior to the incident, so even if that person was seen in this room, clearly no one would have realized it was them. But wouldn't an outsider stick out like a sore thumb here? All the shades are dressed the same. Indeed, any outsider would certainly stand out. I imagine the shades would be quick to apprehend them. However, what if this person were to disguise themselves as a shade? Oh, you could be right. Maybe they disguised themselves as a shade right before the others came into the room. Precisely. The rather deceitful appearance of this room would immediately draw one's attention, thus providing the perfect distraction for the culprit to hide. Okay, so where's this visitor now? No one has left this room since we entered. Therefore, he or she must still be in this very room. Alright then, let's hurry up and catch him! In order to do that, we must question everyone currently present in the room and gather some information.
What do you mean?
My apologies for troubling you once again. Could you please gather together everyone who entered the room?
Yes, right away.
Puzzle time! Who's the culprit? Who done it? 5 shades enter the room. It is unknown who entered first. Touch the letters A through E on the touchscreen to see each of the shades' comments. Listen carefully and work out the order that they all entered in the room. The first shade to enter the room is the culprit. Alright, simple enough, right?
Those robes were stained with color liquid were somewhere in front and behind me. Those whose robes were stained with color liquid were somewhere in front and behind me.
Okay.
He who stood ahead of me did not resemble me in size nor stature. There was already someone in front of me when I arrived. A little one trailed behind me. My robes were stained with this liquid as I was carrying out my task. It is unrelated. I was last to arrive.
And then the last one.
One of the small ones came third.
That's not very descriptive. But I think you could obviously tell that E was probably first, and B was somewhere in the middle. D and C are definitely not it. Because C said they were last, and it would work out because D did say that there was a color stain behind him, and there was one in front of him. So the answer has to be A.
Let's see if I've proven myself.
Or, okay.
This is not as easy as it appears.
I thought it was A! Oh, there goes my perfect. No! But I hit A! I'm so confused. Oh! Hold on a minute. Oh! I thought it was just pick and hit! This is stupid! I hate myself so much. Okay, I was right, but it was one of those things where you had to, like, organize them. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Go me. Okay, that...
Let's see if I've proven myself.
Really? Thank you.
That was indeed an intriguing
Thank you,
puzzle.
game. Thank you.
It would appear you are not quite the same as the other shades present in this room. The one who was in this room with the Great Witch was you, was it not?
Impressive work, Sir Top Hat.
Hello! Honestly, I thought he was too tall.
What? What are you doing here?
The Great Witch's visitor was in fact you, Inquisitor Bonham.
No, he looks pretty good with that purple cloak.
I have to say, that logic of yours is still as keen as ever, Sir Top Hat.
Logic coupled with careful, precise thinking can topple any mystery. So tell us, what exactly are you doing here in this place?
I might ask the same of the two of you. How can it be that both of you are still alive? You were turned into a gold statue, and was she not sent to the flames as a witch?
Hey, I am not a witch.
This must be the Great Witch's handiwork as well.
What? No way. Inquisitor Barnum?
Oh, Barnum seems to be a little...
Did you kill the Great Witch?
What on earth are you talking about? I remember doing no such thing.
You wretched liar! What have you done with the mistress?
Spare me. The condition of this unkempt room is but the result of its equally unkempt master.
Oh, you're going too far.
Insolence! Not to speak ill of the mistress!
Please stay calm. Inquisitor Barnum, please tell us the state in which you found this room. Tell us what happened here.
it would seem the presence of an Inquisitor has fouled the atmosphere with the stench of distrust. Very well. I will tell you what I know.
I did not think the situation would devolve into such a state. I only came seeking the one that could cast some light on the doubts that plague my mind. And just who is this mysterious one? You cannot say. Very well. Please continue, Inquisitor. I followed them and was led here to this strange forest. That is why I was here. I was aiming to put a stop to whatever plan the Great Witch was attempting to concoct. So you disguised yourself in their robes and made your way here to this room in hopes of foiling her plans. Oh, those who doubt the storyteller and speak ill of his word are a threat to all of Labyrinthia and its citizens. Of course, the witch refused to speak with me, and as I reached for my sword, I lost consciousness. Perhaps it was one of her detestable magic spells.
Magic? Lies! Your words are nothing but lies!
I am true to my word. That was what happened before you forced open the door. That is why I lost sight of the Great Witch and was left stranded in this room. I attempted to make my escape a quick one in order to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. If you lost consciousness, then you did not see the Great Witch disappear, is that correct? Regrettably so.
Liar! You did it! Because of you, the Great Witch is...
How many times must you accuse me? A court knight is always true to his word. Wait! Then how do you explain all this blood everywhere? Actually, I do not believe this is blood. What? I did not draw my sword. No blood should have been spilt. Well, then what is it? It could be that strange liquid we saw the shades brew earlier. Oh, I think you're right. It sure smells like it. Perhaps one of those jars containing the liquid was knocked over during the struggle. The liquid must have splattered into the middle of the room, thus creating the scene we now see before us. I see. Now that you mention it, it does look like there's a broken jar on the floor over there. But can there really have been no other way for the Great Witch to have escaped? According to the shade, there is not. Then is the answer not clear? She must have used magic to disappear. Not quite. Magic is not the only method through which one can exit a locked room. Hey, are you saying this whole thing is like one giant puzzle, Professor? She managed to disappear out of a locked room with no other apparent exits. What other method could there be? Regardless, we must search the room thoroughly for any clues. You got it, Professor! I'm positive there's a clue or two lying around here somewhere. Indeed, Miss Faye. Shall we begin? Let's go find some clues. Barnum still looks great in that. Let's check out this throne in question. Oh, what could this be? Did you find something, Professor? Miss Faye, please come and take a look at this. It's a throne. This throne does not appear to have any of the red liquid on it. Sure looks that way. However, if we just move this to the side... Voila! Ah, it must have gotten shoved here during the Inquisitor Barnum's mad struggle. But what does this mean? This throne does not have a single drop of red liquid on it, yet the wall behind it does. Why do you think that is? Well, because the throne was in a different spot when Inquisitor Barnum was having the fight of his life? Very sound reasoning, Miss Faye. And who do you think could have moved it? Well, it must have been Inquisitor Barnum when he was battling it out tooth and nail. 'Twas not a battle fought with either teeth or nails, and I have no recollection of moving this throne at any stage. In other words, the one who could have moved this throne was the Great Witch herself. And I believe moving this throne is in some way connected to what she did next. What she did next? Oh, you mean her little disappearing act? Wielding that logic you love so much. But remember, this is the Great Witch we are discussing. She could have easily used a magic spell to disappear.
Lies! The mistress disappears as you're doing! You will return her at once! Please, bring her back to us! Ah, you detestable knight! We won't forget this!
Hold on a second! Whoa, where do you guys get those weapons?
Tell us what really happened here! Tell us! There is nowhere for you to run!
Wow, don't yell at them, they haven't done anything! Ah, Barnum! Oh, my knight! You know, as much as, like, he's only just playing the role that he's been given, but, he's such a wonderful man. Uh-oh, this is not good. Inquisitor Barnum looks about ready to rip them to shreds. I love that pose for him, I'm sorry. Ha! Ha! Listen well, servants of the Great Witch. If you seek the truth, you must find it yourself. Ugh. Whoa, no wonder Inquisitor Barnum is so famous around town. He truly is an incredible knight. I cannot waste any more time here. I must make haste and return to protect the storyteller. Sir Top Hat, 'twas a pleasure crossing swords with you once again. In honor, Inquisitor Barnum. Miss Fey. Yeah? Your courageous acts of bravery are worthy of my respect and admiration. Courageous act of bravery? This is all for now. Until next time. Farewell. Oh, Barnum, you could have just stuck around! He's gone. Actually, I think this is the last time you see Barnum. I don't remember. I have to, like... I hope he comes back, but I have a feeling I think that's the last time you actually see him. Perhaps the good Inquisitor has anticipated the Great Witch making another appearance. He must have thought it was more important to work out her next move, rather than dwell on how she disappeared. Inquisitor Barnum is set on ensuring the storyteller's safety and continuing the fight against the witches. He's quite determined to stay true to his responsibility as an Inquisitor. Miss Fey, let us have one more good look around the room. Right! Let's find us some clues! We are certain to find something that can solve the mystery of how the Great Witch managed to seemingly disappear. Let's continue our investigation. Continue we shall. Let's look at that red stain that's like kind of behind the chandelier now. Thanks. Thanks, Barnum. I know you're trying to protect us, but now I can't reach this blood stain. Hey, Professor, take a look at the wall where the chair was. Doesn't it look like that wall could be a door leading to the secret passage? Maybe. Voila! As I suspected, it would seem the Great Witch did not really disappear into thin air. Although it is still unknown by what method she was able to make Inquisitor Barnum lose consciousness. We can assume she took advantage of the situation and escaped through this secret passage. But, Professor, even if we go after her now, do you think we'd catch her? What should we do? I believe she intended for us to discover this secret passage. It seems she has us right in the palm of her hand. However, if we are to discover the truth, we must continue to move forward. You said it! Alright, let's get going, Professor! Onwards! To be continued. Oh, that was a really short chapter, actually. I think I'll just stop here, even though we got maybe another minute in, but honestly, I don't feel like starting another chapter when we're almost done. So, with that, I'm gonna end it here, and I'll see you guys in the next video for Chapter 6! See ya!